Yes,
Assalamu alaikum,
Tasveera, thank
everyone.
you.
I'm so excited. And before I start, I'll tell you why. Because my brother from all the way from Mexico is cooking along today. So I'm feeling very, very stressed out about it. But inshallah, I hope he's there and he's ready and he's got everything set up to cook along. I'll be interested to see how he fares today. Okay, so to start with, but I've got a pot boiling with water and salt for the cauliflower. So now this is for our Gobi Manchurian. And into this, I've got like a tablespoon of milk. And the reason you put milk in the water is because it makes the cauliflower hold its color. It goes really nice and white. So here we go. This is 1 head of cauliflower. And all I've done is it's been cut into florets. And it goes into the water for about 3 to 4 minutes. It doesn't take long. We don't want the cauliflower to go mushy at all. We want it to hold its shape, but we want to take the hard rawness out of the cauliflower. So it goes straight in. And it just helped that we had the water on to boil in advance. So, Gulam, if you are cooking along, hopefully your water is boiled or boiling. But just keep paying attention and you should be all right. So we put the cauliflower into boil. I have a colander ready. So I'm not going to time it, but we're only going to give it 3 or 4 minutes. While we're waiting for that to boil, stay here and I will show you. In this bowl, in this bowl, I have mixed up our flour. So there's a cup of flour and 2/3 of a cup of corn flour. No, sorry, half a cup of corn flour. And I've just mixed them together. The corn flour will help the coating be crunchy and it won't absorb so much oil when we're frying it. And into this, I've put half a teaspoon of chili powder. So you can see the slight flakes going through it, and salt. There's nothing else. What we'll do is when we're ready to fry, we'll add in our water and make a batter that we can dip our cauliflower into. And it's really important that when we drain this cauliflower, we give it a little bit of time to cool and just drain out the excess water so it doesn't make our batter wet. That's something that's really important to remember. Okay, so our cauliflower, remember, is boiling away. And just checking, I'm checking the stock. It's still a little bit hard, I think, because my water wasn't boiling. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. So I'll leave that. And I'm just checking the stock. If it's a little bit softer, that's what we're looking for. We don't want it to be hard, so that when we do fry, it's, when you're eating it, you don't want that real strong bite coming into your mouth. So when I made this is a recipe my friend shared with me. And I made it. And you know what? Nobody knew they were eating cauliflower. They just thought it was chicken. It was so nice. It was such a nice way of hiding vegetables into a dish for the family, especially obviously Sakina. But she didn't know. And it was just a Chinese dish. And they all thought they were eating chicken. Going back to our cauliflower, if we look at the base, it's now gone. The hardness has come out. So it's just a little soft to the touch. So I will drain the cauliflower. In a colander in the sink and just give it a quick rinse. Some cold water. And that's it. Now I'm just going to lay it out in a rice plate. And this is more because of our time constraint that I'm laying it out and putting it on paper towel just to help them dry off quickly. So normally this isn't necessary, but just going to lay it out for it to cool before we put this into the batter. But let me show you the batter. So we'll leave that to cool. I'll just put it on the side for a second. So in this batter, we're just going to add some water. So we're just adding a bit of water at a time. You don't have to add it all at one go. Stir that in. And you can see the color changing because of the chili powder we've added in already. You don't want a very runny batter because we want it to stick. Now, today we are frying this, but you can coat them, put them in a tray, and cook them in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes, and just to make it a bit healthier. But obviously, just for demonstrating, I'm going to show you it fried, but then you have that option. You could air fry them. I haven't done it, so truth be told, I haven't tried it in the air fryer, but there's no reason. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't work. Okay, just about there. So we have a batter that will be thick enough to coat our cauliflower. And because we've used a fork, it's easy to break down any lumps. There we go. So, lump-free batter. And just take a few bits of cauliflower off the edge. And this will definitely make your hands a bit sticky. But like bhajias, we're going to take it, coat it, and straight into the oil. So the thing is, with this, you don't want it sitting in the batter too long, only because they'll go all soggy. This gives it a nice crispy outside. You know how sometimes when we go for Chinese food, the chicken is coated? That's pretty much what this is like. So it gives it a nice coating on the outside. So if you find that these are too big, then you can always make them smaller, but you just have to be careful that they don't go mushy. So it doesn't take very long. We need it to golden up and crisp. So as soon as the batter is cooked on the outside, we'll give it a mix. And just by right now, while I'm frying, because of the amount of corn flour that we put in, you can already feel the crispiness. These won't go golden like the shrimp will, like the prawns will. But we just give it a few minutes to crisp up. So it doesn't take very long. And the batter will be crisp on the outside and still soft on the inside. That's pretty much how long it takes to fry. It doesn't take very long at all. It goes on the side. To make the sauce for the cauliflower, there's a tablespoon of the chili sauce, a tablespoon of ketchup, and a tablespoon of the sweet chili. Okay. And I also have about a ½ inch or so piece of ginger that I finely chopped. I have 2 cloves of garlic, again, that I finely chopped. And I have long green chilies. Let me just show you. I used 1. So generally, if they're the small ones, I use 2. But because these are really long, I've only used 1 green chili. And I've chopped that. Red pepper, again, chopped. I had a little bit of shallot in the fridge, so I'm just using it up. Not something you add, but you don't want anything to go to waste. So I'm just showing you that whatever you do have is still all right. And I've got some green onions that I will use as well. And that will go into our sauce. So for our sauce, we have a wok. This is not really a wok, but it's my wok pot. And it's heating. Into that, I'm adding in a tablespoon of oil. And obviously to season it first, I am adding in my garlic and the ginger. So in goes the ginger and the garlic, and that's sizzling away straight away. So the oil is nice and hot. Let that fry. And with this, the sauce gets very thick very quickly. So if you like a little bit more sauce, then you can add in that sauce. Then I'm adding in the green chili. So it's not a runny sauce. I've turned my heat down a little bit. And into the pan goes the ketchup, the chili sauce. And the chili sauce that I'm adding is a sambal olive. But you can use whatever kind of chili sauce, hot chili sauce that you have. And into that goes a couple of tablespoons of light soy sauce. Only because I don't like it when the food goes really, really dark. So into that, I'm now adding my veg because I don't want my veg to be soft. I want it to still have a bit of bite into it. And this will just cook it through. Because it's chopped so finely, it won't take long. So I'm going to add in a bit of my spring onion, saving some to garnish on top. And that's really it. So into this goes the cauliflower. So into that, we pop in our cauliflower. And that is it. So just mix it around, get the sauce to stick, and that's how easy it is. So technically, you could cook your cauliflower and have it ready, and then just heat it up in the sauce. This is how easy it is, and that dish is ready. So now this you could serve either with some stir-fried rice or with noodles. It's up to you. But that's it. That's Gobi Manchurian ready. That's how quick the sauce is. That's ready. So move this aside.